This video shows you how to do an X's and X-ray lookup of daily returns for a stock with Python. I'll teach you how to do it without the mouse and with the keyboard. Subscribe, hit the like button, buy my books, links in the description below. Let's get into the video. To open Google Chrome, press Windows key 9er. Alt-E is an echo, B is in Bravo, N key. Arrow up to get to Google Colaboratory. Tab over to get to XLOOKUP in Python. X is an X-ray lookup. Let's get started. The first thing I'm going to do is import libraries necessary to run this code. So I'll do !pip install Y as in Yankee Finance. That'll install Yahoo Finance. Import pandas as P as in Papa, D as in Delta. The pandas is what I'm going to use to create and manipulate the data frames in this code. And then import Y as in Yankee Finance as Y as in Yankee, F as in Foxtrot. This is going to allow me to pull data directly from Yahoo Finance as opposed to downloading it manually, saving it to my file explorer, and then referencing a comma separated value file in Excel. I'm just going to pull it in directly today. Press Ctrl Enter to run this. And as you can see, the requirement is already satisfied on my device. Arrow down to get to the next block of code. I'm going to specify the ticker that I want Python to get the data for. You can choose any ticker you want that's available in Yahoo Finance. I'm choosing the ticker symbol M as in Mike, A as in Alpha, R as in Romeo, K as in Kilo. That's a stock called Remark Holdings Incorporated. It trades on the NASDAQ. It's a small to micro cap technology company. And then I'm gonna, now that I've specified the ticker by creating a variable called ticker, I can create another variable called data and set that equal to Y as in Yankee, F as in Foxtrot decimal download with ticker as the argument because I just created the ticker variable. So Control Enter, and you can see that that is working. 1 of 1 completed. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to calculate daily returns using the adjusted closing price. The reason I'm using the adjusted closing price rather than simply the closing price is because the adjusted closing price is going to be, it's going to adjust for dividends and stock splits, and that's going to be helpful in understanding the actual return and the actual volatility that the investor would have experienced had they held Remark Holdings Incorporated over its life. So there's situations where the daily closing price could be different than the adjusted closing price, like if there's a dividend issue, by way of example. Control Enter to run that, and that's working. Next, I'm going to specify the date for which I want to know the daily return. Remember, we're trying to do an X's and X-ray lookup in Excel, but we're trying to do it in Python today. So I'm going to specify the date. I just chose March 13th, 2012. You can pick any date for which the stock or the ticker has traded. But I'll press Control Enter and run that. Then finally, I want to extract the daily return for the specified date. So I'll create a variable called daily_return and set that equal to data decimal locate. That's going to locate the daily return. And the arguments are going to be the date variable, which I just created, and returns. I created earlier, I had that data frame, data with list and returns as an argument, so I'm going to use that here. And then I want to print the daily return. And so to do that, first I'm gonna just print the following text. The daily return percentage is, and then I'm going to print daily return as the argument. I want to round it off to 4 decimal places and multiply it by 100 so that it shows a percentage as opposed to just a string of random decimals. Let me press Control Enter to run that. And you can see here, it tells you the daily return percentage for, in this case, Remark Holdings is negative 3.83%. Since this is based on adjusted closing prices, this is the best calculation of the daily log return that the investor would have experienced had they held Remark Holdings on the dating question, March 13th, 2012. This does not adjust for taxes or transaction costs, so that's worth thinking about if you're a day trader and you're trading in and out. But we just wanted to know the daily return for the stock. And of course, the investor may experience something, slightly different due to transaction costs, taxes, etc. Okay, but let's say I want a different date. I can go in here to my code. I can do March 13th, 2017 by way of example. And I can change the ticker as well. So I can do, let's say I want to do ExxonMobil. That's X as in X-ray, O as in Oscar, M as in Mike. To rerun all lines of code, I'll press Control F as in Foxtrot 9er key, and now the machine is running all the code. Let's arrow down. And you can see the daily return percentage for ExxonMobil. So at a negative 0.22%, close to decimal, 0.23%. You lost 23 basis points on that day, March 13, 2017, if you held ExxonMobil stock. And so you can do that. Another thing you can do here is you can calculate daily returns for an ETF. Let's try a U.S. bond ETF, Vanguard's bond ETF. That for U.S. bonds, it's an index, market cap weighted. Their ticker is B as in Bravo, N as in November, D as in Delta. And I'll choose a different day here. I'll choose 2019 08 25. Control F as in Foxtrot 9er to run that. Okay, and we can see there's a key error. It's showing the date. So that means the market was closed on that day. So it didn't trade. I can solve this by doing 26th. So that's actually good that we did this. You can see there'll be an error if you choose a trading date that didn't happen. The daily return percentage on August 26, 2019, if you held Vanguard's total US bond ETF, was negative 6 basis points, 0.06%. So that's really the idea of this code. You can look up returns just like you would do in Excel, but you can do it once you have the code set up. I believe you can do it much faster and more dynamically in Python because you can change the ticker to whatever you're looking for. You can change the date to what you're looking for, and as long as you choose a date where the market was actually open, you won't run into any issues. Take this knowledge into the marketplace to be a better investor, a better Python coder and to better understand how to look up daily returns for the ticker that you're interested in. Have a great day. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, hit the notification bell, hit the like button, leave a comment below, and please buy my books. The links to those will be in the description of this video.